following is a presentation of BFA Sports.
And a happy Thanksgiving to everybody in South Jersey as we are live here in Atlantic City for the 95th meeting of the Vikings and the Holy Spirit Spartans right here, broadcasting in 4K on BFA Sports. Mike Gill and Doug Stasic with you on Thanksgiving morning here in the booth as we are getting ready for one of the highly anticipated matchups over the years. You know, the last couple of years, Holy Spirit's won 5 in a row, Doug, but this Atlantic City team, much different this year, a playoff team this year. They're a high-powered offense, and a lot of people talking about who's actually the favorite in this game.
Yeah, it's a bit of a experience and power over youth. And really when it comes down to it, a guy like Joe Lyons, the quarterback for Atlantic City, Mike, over 2,200 yards passing in his senior campaign. Something exciting, 28 touchdowns to go with it. Not something that you see a whole lot, especially on a local level in quite a few years. But when you have a wide receiver and partner in crime when it comes to DeGraffin, right? I mean, how can you possibly go wrong?
Yeah, Ice Cup, Cheyenne DeGraffin, right? Getting a lot of major Division I offers. Had a big year, over 800 yards receiving. Last year in this game, he really made a name for himself. He ended up on SportsCenter's top 10.
Yeah, and we would expect to see some fireworks here early on Thanksgiving, Mike, that's for sure. And when you look across the field, the visitors of Holy Spirit in this 95th meeting, a couple of sensational sophomores. So Ty Costabile with over 1,400 yards passing with 19 touchdowns to go along with it. And, of course, Amir Hicks out of the backfield, another sophomore, 758 yards rushing, 5 TDs.
And, you mentioned Ty Costabile. That's what this game generally used to be about. His brother played quarterback for Atlantic City in this game a couple of years ago and almost led them to a exciting game victory. And now here's his younger brother, and he's the quarterback at Holy Spirit. So that's really where this game kind of gained its steam going back in the old days, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. And here we are in 2023, and we wonder, Doug, how much longer will we see this game? There are only 2 games today. Atlantic City, Holy Spirit, they are holding on. And Millville and Violent, I don't know that they'll ever give that game up. You would know better about that than me. But this one here, it feels like it is in a very interesting spot. Atlantic City made the playoff. They were 6-4. They lost 3 straight, though. They were 6-1 at one point. And they're saying, well, we could have got more power points had we played this game somewhere else on our schedule. So the future of this game every year seems to be in question. We'll see where it leads.
Well, it has evolved. I had a chance to talk to Holy Spirit head coach Andrew DePasquale before the game, and he had said to me, Atlantic City actually asked me before the game, could this be the last one as far as the Thanksgiving meeting goes? Talking to Atlantic City assistant Brent Bean, he was telling me that in his mind this game should be played on week 0. Probably plays into what you're saying from a PowerPoint standpoint. Now, the tradition aspect, you're talking 95 years. If you're that close to 100, is now the time to do it? Or do you go for 100?
I remember last year, and we'll tell the rest of this story on the other side right after the national anthem. 6-4 Atlantic City, 8-2 Holy Spirit. And I was at Holy Spirit last year. We had Steve Normain on, who's the AD at Holy Spirit. His son was in the booth, and he said his plans were for his son to play in this game whatever year that may be. So we shall see the length of this one. Every year we do this game, you could be watching the last one.
Yeah, and listen, for somebody like myself, I played in this game 3 times back in the 90s. I can recall a couple of times where, with Holy Spirit advancing in the playoffs, they moved the game from Thanksgiving to Saturday. And guess what? They immediately moved it back the following year to Thanksgiving because there are so many people who are up in arms. I think the debate is going to be a healthy one, and I think the talent of both of these teams over the last couple of years has kind of reignited the spark from a public standpoint and them wanting to see the game on Thanksgiving.
The interesting thing is, we were just talking about this before, what made this game what it was when you played. We just saw Rob Fishbein up here. I grew up with Rob at Margate. He went to Holy Spirit. Well, there were a couple guys, Kirk Tolan, a buddy of ours, he played at Atlantic City. That is lost. You do not see the Down Beach kids playing at Atlantic City, and they don't have Pirates versus Pirates and Rams playing against Rams from Brigantine. The Brigantine kids are essentially finding any place else in the world to go to high school, and Atlantic City has essentially become the kids from Atlantic City against Holy Spirit, and I think that's where this game has kind of hit a little bit of a interesting spot in its existence. But the 95th one is ready to kick off. Atlantic City dressed in blue with white helmets. Kicking off the Holy Spirit wearing gold pants, white jerseys, and gold helmets. No special uniforms this year for the Spartans. They usually bring out something a little crazy on this day.
Usually one of the biggest fundraisers of the year.
We are underway.
Cabrera kicks, taken at the 10. Out, breaking a tackle to the 35. Ball is loose, and Atlantic City thinks they have it. Our first turnover of the day.
Well, Atlantic City, Mike, they went shopping. Looks like they took one of those accessories out of Ernest Meat Market and Sons in Brigantine, just reaching in for the ball, and an absolute tomahawk move. You just see hold him up and rip, and a good strip there by number 9, and that's Omar Kelly with a special teams play to get the Vikings.
Number 9.
Last year in this game, we saw hook and ladders, kickoff returns, unbelievable Sports Center highlight catches. So we already saw one play, one turnover. Thanksgiving in Atlantic City always gives us something different, and we saw it already on play number 1. Joe Lyons, your quarterback, under center for the Vikings.
Holy Spirit coming out in a 3-5 front.
And Kelly in motion, the sweep, jet sweep, and there's a flag. Boy, all of a sudden we're looking at the crowd, and we're like, not a lot of people. And then just a flood as the ball game starts off here as the Atlantic City side starting to pack up. The Holy Spirit side, pretty filled to start things off here, but we anticipate a big crowd based on what we saw in the parking lot.
Well, of course, right? Traditionally, to save room for the big dinner later on, you got to have a liquid breakfast. So there's a lot of people partaking in getting ready for this game.
You mean my Chobani Zero didn't qualify as a liquid breakfast?
You don't strike me as the yogurt type, Mike.
I love a good yogurt. Strawberry banana this morning. 1st and 15 after the penalty at the 42. Lions under center. Trips bunch to the far side. They run the jet sweep again. Off the right side and hit and stood up and driven back down. And Kelly barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good wrap up by Holy Spirit, showing good discipline off the edge. Got to keep contained. And that one, a good wrap up by number 55, and that's Nick Funky Cole Medina.
Is that what he's going by these days?
He probably doesn't know it, but guys like us from the 90s, I mean, come on.
A little Tone Loc reference for the people back watching.
Probably playing in the locker room when I played in this game at some point.
Lions in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the far side of the field, 1 to the near. Offset eye in the backfield. Takes the snap. Flips to DeGraffin right. Hits the corner. Makes a man miss and then slips back around the 30-yard line. He's finally taken down by Tamir Jones, but Cheyenne DeGraffin right, not only is he a great receiver for this Atlantic City team, he's also one of their leading rushers on the season. Just 12 carries, that one there, but he's got over 100 yards on those 12 carries.
Yeah, the junior's a special weapon, and it's good strategy. You got to get the man in motion. You can figure Holy Spirit's going to key on him defensively, so if you walk him out in a standard set and don't move, it could make for a tougher day. I like the call and certainly the result of the play.
3rd and 2, so they pick up 13 on the run. Ball at the 39. Holy Spirit showing blitz. Lions sends trips to the far side of the field. Empty backfield. Lions to throw. Quick in the slot. Complete. And it's a first down. Atlantic City. Jeremiah Williams catches, gets the first, and quickly brought down on the play by Jordan Bartlett.
Yeah, nice defense here. Holy Spirit electing to come out in man coverage in the secondary. They're confident in the speed that they have in that backfield defensively. And really, if you look at some of the powers that be, when it comes to Atlantic City, you have the Graffin right, and then also keep your eye on Mikel Jones.
Jones actually, I believe, one catch behind DeGraffin right. So you hear about Cheyenne DeGraffin right. He's got a lot of big offers, but Jones also a big weapon. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Lions steps under center. 1st and 10 at the 23. Lions, hands. Big hole, running through tacklers, and down to the 5, inside the 5-yard line, and a big run by Raul Cabrera.
Yeah, you'll see it on the Petrash's Big Top instant replay. They're facing a 3-man front. You got good seal technique up front. They run through the B gap on the left side, and, man, they are in business.
Hands it off again, cuts it back, inside, close to the goal line, going to be just short for Cabrera, brought down by Matt Abbott.
Yeah, Abbott and Medina pairing up. They do a good job here shifting down on the defensive front. So they're trying to figure out right now, Atlantic City has lined up in a balanced formation, and as such, Holy Spirit hasn't been able to cheat to either side, but there you see Abbott picking up on that cue.
2nd goal, ball at the 1. Atlantic City spreads it out here on the goal line. Cabrera to the right of Lions, who's in a shotgun.
Senior Joe Lyons, keep an eye on him.
Turns, hands, Cabrera, and he is in for the Atlantic City score. So with 8:38 to play here in the first quarter, a fumble by the Spartans is picked up and converted into a touchdown for Atlantic City.
Yeah, just a good spread out formation, plenty of room to run, and pay dirt.
So the Vikings get on the board first, an impressive drive after the penalty. They took a 5-yard loss. It was 1st and 15, and yet they go down and score, and now Atlantic City looking to tack on the extra point with the left-footed kicker. It's like Raul Cabrera. And that kick is high and up, and it is no good. So with 8:38 left to play here in the first quarter on Thanksgiving Day here on BFA Sports, it's Atlantic City 6 and Holy Spirit nothing.
Since 1977, Ernest & Son Meat Market, a Brigantine Avenue tradition, has kept its roots being the best old-fashioned butcher shop on the island to a Food Network favorite stop. Featuring fresh produce, Dietz & Watson cold cuts, take-home entrees, your favorite catering dishes, and more delivered to your favorite business or home. Their freshly sliced sandwiches are piled high with mouth-watering meats, and their steaks on the grill are as legendary as the ones you'll want to put on the barbecue at home. Give Ernest & Son's Old-Fashioned Butcher Shop a call to cater your next party or cut your meat at 609-266-1588.
Happy Thanksgiving from Ernest & Son.
There's my man Mel from Ernest & Sons Old-Fashioned Butcher Shop over in Brigantine, a big supporter of high school sports. We thank him. It's 6-0 Atlantic City. That might not make him happy.
No, not at all. I mean, the Holy Spirit alums certainly probably going to go back to the refrigerator after that unfortunate set of circumstances for the Spartans.
Holy Spirit fumbled the opening kickoff. Atlantic City recovered and took it for the first score of this game. Cabrera, the left-footed kicker, low. It hits right around the 25-yard line. Out to the far side and dropped is Tamir Jones. And Jones gives it Holy Spirit the football with pretty good field position. For the first time today, we will see Ty Costabile.
Again, Costabile, 99 for 180. That's 1,424 yards, 19 TDs, and, of course, Mike hit a single-game high of 420 yards.
420 at any level is highly impressive. Matt Abbott, Tamir Jones, and Ty Mercado are his receiving threats. He's in a shotgun. He's going to hand it off on first down. Bouncing to the outside, out to the 40, to the 45, 50, out to the 45, and a big first down run to start things off for the Spartans as their offense now quickly into enemy territory.
Yeah, it's a game of tradition here on Thanksgiving, and traditionally the Holy Spirit Spartans have had one of the most fundamental offensive lines for literally decades, and they come out in a power set there to the left and automatically moving the chains.
Amir Hicks, the running back for Holy Spirit, and of course Hicks with 758 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's just a sophomore. This is a very young Holy Spirit team. Mercado hands to Hicks up the middle. Crisscrossing his way for about 3 yards, crosses the 40 out to about the 37-yard line. So Hicks gets a steady dose to start things off here.
Yeah, Hicks in his own right, the sophomore, comes in 758 yards rushing, 5 TDs, and another guy that can really get counted on to get the job done. 186 yards was his season high for a single game.
Breaks the huddle with 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Hicks the single setback in a pistol formation, and Mercado gets a hard count, and crossing the line of scrimmage, looks like Waleed Rhodes, the junior.
Yeah, Atlantic City coming out in a 4-3 situation, so 4 down linemen trying to trust their linebackers, and for Holy Spirit, a bit of we'll call it a derivative of the spread. You'll see them mix into a couple different offensive sets, but looks like they're starting out in the pistol.
As you can hear, the wind today at Atlantic City, like normal, very much a factor in the passing game, I would assume. Hicks up the middle, nowhere to go, slammed to the ground by Cornell Davis, the sophomore. Yeah, I was down talking to Mike McGarry from the Press of Atlantic City earlier, Doug, and it was howling down there. So right here on the bay, you guys know where Atlantic City is situated. It is windy down there today, so I would assume that could be a factor for both teams trying to throw the football. And Atlantic City generally likes to throw the ball more than Holy Spirit does.
Yeah, but for Holy Spirit, usually a balanced attack from a wide receiver front. Mercado, Jones, Abbott, and Ryan Mallon have combined for 18 touchdowns.
They send a man in motion to the near side of the field. They're going to hand it to Hicks again. Hicks jumps, and he cannot get back to the line of scrimmage. Taken down, a little safety, Kajon Rossborough, who has 3 interceptions for this Atlantic City team. So he's big in the pass defense, and there he makes a nice play making the stop. So Atlantic City's defense showing its will. It's 2nd down and 9 after the gain of 1. Ball at the 32, 6:33 and counting. Thanksgiving morning.
Vikings been coming on the run blitz. I feel like Holy Spirit and offense coordinator Charlie Roman trying to set something up here.
Costabile in a shotgun. They look to the sideline, maybe changing the play. 2 receivers to the near side.
The post down the middle of the field is going to be wide open here.
Ryan Mallon in the slot. They take the snap. High handoff to Hicks, and he churns for about 4. It'll set up 3rd down. 3rd and about 5.
Good discipline by the Atlantic City linebacker core, Mike. They've been creeping up, and it just feels like with all these run plays, Holy Spirit is trying to soften up the middle of the field, especially that seam down the right side.
Tackled by Cornell Davis. Called his name a couple times in the early going here. 6-0 Atlantic City. Holy Spirit trying to convert here on a 3rd and 5. Ball at the 27. Shotgun formation, pistol formation for Costabile. High snap. He fakes inside handoff to Mallon. 1st down and more. Mallon! 27 yards. Pay dirt.
What an unbelievable call by Holy Spirit. They come with the inside counter. Kept pounding down the one side. Mallon comes cutting back in motion. You'll see it here on the instant replay. Good fake there by Costabile. Mallon got all kinds of blocking out in front. Able to hit it for 6, and certainly from Holy Spirit fan standpoint, you love to see Mallon, number 30, scored a touchdown on Thanksgiving.
The extra point, the kick is up, and it is good. So Holy Spirit answers as they run right down the field. Literally did not throw a pass on that drive, and they lead it now 7-6 with 5:23 left to play here on BFA Sports.
Serving the community since 2008, the Bunting Family Pharmacy, located in Northfield, aims to provide a wide variety of compounded and traditional medications to doctors and patients in Atlantic, Cape May, and the surrounding South Jersey counties. We are staffed by 4 New Jersey board-certified technicians and a fleet of delivery drivers servicing both residential and business customers 6 days a week.
The Bunting Family Pharmacy. We bring the pharmacy home to you.
Give us a call or visit us at buntingfamilypharmacy.com.
So Ryan Mallon takes the counter, 27 yards for the touchdown run, and Holy Spirit takes the lead after a Mason Forte extra point. And, a lot of times in these games, those extra points do play a factor, and Atlantic City over the years has traditionally struggled in that special teams, especially the kicking game, and Holy Spirit has excelled in that area, and you see it could be a difference in a game where these teams are seemingly more evenly matched than they've been in years past.
They are, and with the wind howling down the one side of the field,
short kick by Forte, and it is taken right around the 45-yard line, so Atlantic City is going to get good field position. Jalen Day makes the catch there.
Yeah, interesting pooch kick opportunity, one that you probably didn't expect if you're Atlantic City, but they did a good job in terms of securing the ball and getting to the ground. Too often these guys up front have a habit of trying to run the football, but I'm sure Coach Wright is very happy that his guys drop to the ground and go.
Yeah, do you think, Doug, that Holy Spirit tried to kind of catch Atlantic City off guard with that kick?
I do, because I think the factor is, with this part of the game, with Atlantic City having to go into the wind, Holy Spirit trying to get another possession with the wind at their back.
1st and 10 for the Vikings. Ball at the 44. Lions in a shotgun. 3 receivers to the far side. He's going to throw. Little screen pass out of the backfield. It's complete. Lot of room to run. Crosses the 50. Out to the 40. Then he trips over his own feet. And boy, oh boy, Tamir Rex, the sophomore, had daylight.
So Rex, this is a good setup by Lions. Holy Spirit on the blitz. Just a flank screen to the left. And Atlantic City able to take advantage of the fact that Holy Spirit in that man coverage, you saw them backpedal, respecting the fact that they got guys like DeGraff and Wright and Jones who were running longer routes, and that opened things up in the flat.
To a 1st down to Rex. Atlantic City, real well set up play. He had a ton of real estate out of the backfield. Sets up 1st and 10, ball at the 36-yard line. Lions with 2 running backs in the backfield. He hands one inside, crosses the 30, carrying Spartans out to the 25-yard line. Cheyenne DeGraff and Wright.
Holy Spirit defense has been put on their heels, and for the Atlantic City offensive line, they have been winning that important battle, controlling the line of scrimmage early.
So DeGraff and Wright picks up a 1st down. So back-to-back 1st downs for Atlantic High. 1st and 10. Ball resting short of the 25-yard line at the 26. 4:11 left to play here in the 1st quarter. 7-6, Holy Spirit. 3 receivers bunched to the near side. DeGraff and Wright up top. Lions in a shotgun. And Holy Spirit looked like they were showing blitz. And a little overzealous there was Nick Medina.
Yeah, Medina crosses the line of scrimmage, and in that look, Lions using the cadence kind of hard gets them to jump, and it appears that now Holy Spirit backing out of that man coverage, as looked like there was a blitz also lined up to come off the corner.
1st and 5 after the penalty. The ball moves up to the 21-yard line. Atlantic City breaks the huddle. They send the trips back to the near side, and DeGraff and Wright up top. Circle him number 2. Lions this time under center. Lions turns, hands. Cabrera tries to break a tackle, and a good tackle stepping in there to make the play was Nolan Bradley, because if not for him, Cabrera may have had a little daylight.
Yeah, Bradley and Tommy Innocente teaming up there in the middle. And that time, the Holy Spirit defensive line, good job filling the gaps, trying to almost get into a bear crawl type of look up front, and finally able to stunt the progress of Atlantic City.
Gain of 4 2nd down and 1. Holy Spirit, 8-2. Atlantic High, 6-4. Trip sent to the far side. 1 receiver to the near side. Lion in a shotgun. Lions turns, fire, bubble screen to the Grafenreich. He splits right through 2 defenders and then gallops his way towards the goal line to the 2.
Yeah, Mike, you'll see here good play recognition. Holy Spirit sniffed out this screen. They knew it was coming. The crazy part is there's nothing they could do about it. So the Grafenreich was able to kind of split those uprights on the outside. Nice block up front by Jeremiah Williams.
Got a guy the size of the Grafenreich, 6'1", almost 200 pounds, and he's as fast as he is able to catch that and recognize.
They knew it was coming.
Right through it.
They knew it was coming. I mean, he's a junior. Think of that. He's a junior.
Georgia, Penn State, and others looking at Cheyenne de Grafenreich. 1st and goal at the 2. Lions with trips bunch to the far side. High snap, it's over his head, and catching the ball is Cabrera, and he heads to the corner, and he's in for a touchdown.
How can you not? I mean, when it goes your way, it goes your way, Mike. This is a ball that could have and should have been a turnover, but Cabrera keeps his eye on the ball, comes down with it, and says, you know what, I'll get to the pylon.
You wonder, right? I mean, was that a play that they designed? Was it trying to keep Holy Spirit to keep pursuing? But the ball just floats over Joe Lyon's head, and Raul Cabrera, the junior, takes it and heads to the end zone, and Cabrera puts Atlantic City back ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it almost a bit of a circus play, something you might see under the Big Top from Petrosh's Big Top Rentals.
They'll go for 2 to try to take the touchdown lead. Man in motion. Lions to throw into the end zone. Touchdown. Excuse me, 2-point conversion. Cabrera. So Cabrera has been lighting up the scoreboard today. A touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and another touchdown. He's got all the scoring for the Vikings, and they lead it 14-7 here on Thanksgiving morning on BFA Sports.
Small parties to the big wedding, Petrosh's has you covered under the Big Top, South Jersey. Bounce houses delivered to your castle, sanitized and cleaned with care, gives you peace of mind. While the kids play, the adults can take a seat and relax under a Petrosh's Big Top tent. Petrosh's Big Top is a call or click away to provide you with a full array of party rental needs, from tents, tables, chairs, china, and linens to bounce rides and games. Let Petrosh's Big Top be your all-occasion party rental company. Call 609-804-9805.
Happy Thanksgiving from Petrosh's Big Top.
Atlantic City back on the board, and the 2-point conversion makes it a 1-score game. 14-7. The Vikings looks like we got a little what they would call the seesaw here, back and forth. Atlantic City, Holy Spirit, no defense on this Thanksgiving morning.
No, it's a fantasy football special. So I guess technically, Mike, this will be the first of probably 4 games people will see today. But we were able to confirm, in fact, that that wasn't exactly how they drew it up. But Cabrera, the junior, taking advantage.
You mentioned the junior. They've got the Grafenreich junior, Cabrera a junior. Those 2 guys have been a big factor in the game today. Jeremiah Williams is a junior. Rosborough is a junior. A lot of younger players on both of these sides contributing on Thanksgiving morning. Holy Spirit, the kickoff is taken, and he is just annihilated. Dre Rooks with a huge hit for the Vikings.
Wow, Dre Rooks just absolutely just drops the hammer here. And on the Holy Spirit return, man, well, he may find himself taking a trip to Bunting Family Pharmacy for a little bit of ibuprofen in an ice bag after this one.
Taylor Cartwright, sophomore, took a big hit.
Spartans, ball at the 30-yard line.
Under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 1st and 10, ball at the 30. Tight end switches sides from the far to the near. They hand off, and nowhere to go. Stepping in is Yamdry Hernandez.
Loss of a yard on the play.
They lose one. Second and 11.
Sterling's on the carry for
Spartans break the huddle with 2 receivers to the near side. Hicks in the backfield. Shotgun for Costabile.
Davis again on the stop for Atlantic City.
They hand off to Hicks. Bust to the outside. Gets the seal. Another block. Gets a first down. And there's a flag on the far side of the field.
Hicks on the carry.
I think it's the first flag. Second. We saw a guy jump off sides earlier. But nonetheless, I mean, Thanksgiving's a day you don't like to see a lot of laundry done, Mike. It'll get you in the doghouse really quick.
I'm going to get a illegal block in the back right over there. That would be my guess, where they threw that flag and kind of, it looks like the blocker got a push in the back of 14 Tamir Rex. So we'll see what the call is on that. And that first down is negated. It's a holding call, so 10 yards from the spot. And that puts them right back to where they were. Second and 11. Ball at the 29. Coming up on a minute to play in the first quarter. 21 points total here in this first quarter. Holy Spirit, by the way, scored over 60 points in this game last year. And Atlantic City had over 30 points in this game last year.
Yeah, it was a barn burner.
Handoff, Hicks. Not a lot of room. Again, Hernandez in there makes the stop.
Of course, for those watching on the BFA Live Sports YouTube channel, or if you've reached it through the 97.3 ESPN app, thank you for tuning in, and feel free. Give us some info in the chat. Where you're watching the game, anybody you want to say hello to. We're more than happy to try to shell out some of those holiday wishes. We know people from all across the country are having a chance to look in on this game.
By the way, last year's game, 63-34 was the final.
Is that why I was late for dinner?
What time do you eat?
Well, my family's more of the early birds, Mike, so it's probably like a 4 o'clock type of...
Third and 10, complete to Mallon for a first down out to the 45. That's late. I've been hearing people take 2 and 3 o'clock.
Well, Ryan Mallon, he certainly wasn't late. He was right on time, that connection there with Costabile. We had talked about Holy Spirit trying to set up a little bit of a soft spot in the middle of the field, and there you see Mallon take full advantage.
That's the final play of this first quarter. Atlantic City 14, Holy Spirit 7. You're watching Thanksgiving Day, the 95th edition of Atlantic City Holy Spirit on BFA Sports.
Since 1977, Ernest & Son Meat Market, a Brigantine Avenue tradition, has kept its roots being the best old-fashioned butcher shop on the island to a Food Network favorite stop, featuring fresh produce, Dietz & Watson cold cuts, take-home entrees, your favorite catering dishes, and more, delivered to your favorite business or home. Their freshly sliced sandwiches are piled high with mouth-watering meats, and their steaks on the grill are as legendary as the ones you'll want to put on the barbecue at home. Give Ernest & Sons Old-Fashioned Butcher Shop a call to cater your next party or cut your meat at 609-266-1588.
Happy Thanksgiving from Ernest & Sons.
Second quarter action, first down and 10 after the pass to Mallon. Costabile hands off to Hicks, breaks a tackle, keeps the legs churning out to the 50-yard line. He picks up 6 hard yards on the play.
Bit of an angry run there on the left side, and a good job by the linebacking core of Atlantic City.
It's actually Christian Surlis who got the carry.
I was talking to Holy Spirit head coach Andrew Di Pasquale before the game, and I'd mentioned, I said, hey, is this a game where you try to get in some more of the seniors? He's like, we only really usually play 3 or 4 because guess what? We don't have a lot of seniors.
No, it's a very young Spartan team. I remember at the beginning of the year talking to people, they played Mainland in a scrimmage, and there was a lot of rumbles that Mainland kind of had their way. Now, Mainland's playing next weekend in a state championship game. We know how good Mainland was. But people said, hey, look, this Holy Spirit team might go through a little bit of a challenging season. They went 8-2. Surlis takes the carry. He is hit, wrapped up, and he is pummeled to the ground. Big stop coming up there for Cornell Davis. That's his 3rd tackle of the game.
Ooh, This was just a good read right here. He steps up into the gap, and his run blitz number is called and just automatically squares up, fills the hole, and brings down the Spartan back. You mentioned Mainland. Well, for today, a little Mainland royalty in the booth. Timekeeper today, Mr. Dan Kern. And he's going to be over in Northfield on Saturday too, where we'll be streaming the Cape Atlantic League Junior Football Championships.
Some future Spartans possibly playing in that game.
Yeah, saw a few wearing Rams uniforms on the other sideline.
The lefty Costabile, it is bounced up in the air and nearly intercepted in and out of the hands, off the pads, as he was trying to hit Tamir Jones.
Yeah, this is Costabile trying to thread the needle a bit here, and just went off the hands. I mean, he picked a really good spot, but unfortunately couldn't come up with the football. There's Jones. Little southpaw from Costabile.
Sets up a 4th down, ball at the 50, or in that kind of no man's land. Looks like Holy Spirit is going to go for it. 4th and 5, ball at midfield, trips to the far side. Costabile in his shotgun. Overlooking a 4-man front from Atlantic City. Takes a snap. Surlis bounces to the outside. Nowhere to go. And a seal job. Great job by Raul Cabrera. He's doing it on offense and on defense.
Yeah, the guys are absolutely pumped up. Just very good discipline right now by the Atlantic City Vikings defense. They're seeing the holes and they're filling the holes. Too often, you kind of see guys that are two-way players, and you always tell your linebackers, act like you're the running back. Running backs run to a hole. Well, guess what? When you're a linebacker, if you're a fundamentally good one, you see a hole, you expect to see the running back.
Crowd really starting to fill up. You see the fences just all the way on the Spirit side, basically from about the 40-yard line all the way down to the end zone now. That fence has got people lined up on it. Atlantic City, very similar. You got people lined up across those fences. We're looking at a good one here. 1st and 10, ball at the 49 for the Vikings. They're in enemy territory. Lions with 4 wide receivers. Lions takes a snap. He's going to throw. He lights one up for DeGraffenreich, who adjusts and tries to make the play. And now a late flag comes flying in, and they might have something here on Christian. Looks like Christian Surlis was trying to defend DeGraffenreich.
Yeah, you'll see the late laundry, Mike. And this is good ball placement, right? Lions, back shoulder placement, trying to give DeGraffenreich an opportunity. And, well, a little bit of early contact is the call. But you talk about the hookup between Lyons and DeGraffenreich and knowing that he could throw that ball short, trust his receiver to make that adjustment, and didn't get a catch, but did get a call.
It's also very windy down there. You wonder if that had that ball hanging up in the air a little longer. Give DeGraffenreich credit, though. He saw the high point and went to try to go get it. He just had somebody kind of hanging on him there. So the pass interference puts the ball at the 30-40-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Atlantic High. They're looking to add to a 14-7 lead. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. DeGraffenreich to the near side of the screen. They send a man in motion to the far side. High snap, hands off, and bang! Big stop in the backfield. Nick Medina.
Well, Nick Medina says, hey, you got room at the table for me? I'm going to drop it. Just drops him in the backfield, and what an outstanding momentum swinging type of play for the Spartans.
Jeremiah Williams sent to the kids' table. Lions on a 2nd and 14. Ball moved back now after the loss. Boy, you lost 40 yards on just a simple handoff. That's how big of a play Medina made there. 4 wide receivers, 1 coming to the near side. They fake a screen. Now they bubble it to the other side, and it is incomplete. That was a little slow developing. They were trying to kind of run a screen fake to the near side of the field and then go back, and it didn't look like anybody was there.
Wrong call. I mean, that's the kind of play where you're trying to take advantage of the blitz. Holy Spirit sitting in man coverage on defense and good discipline on the backside, right? So instead of getting your eyes caught looking in the backfield, just good heads-up play there by the defensive secondary.
3rd and 14. Big play for the Spartan defense here. Can they get the stop on a long 3rd down? Ball right around the 38-yard line. Atlantic City in enemy territory. They got the 4-and-out stop and got the ball right inside the 50-yard line. Now they're trying to capitalize. Lions with trips to the near side. Back to throw. Pressure, rolling, fires complete, and he is hit around the 30-yard line. Omar Kelly.
Yeah, Ty Marcato, guy who leads Holy Spirit coming into the game with 41 and a half tackles combined and assist. And he was just right there, used the sideline to his advantage and took him to the ground.
So 4th and 6, pickup of 8 by Kelly. Ball right at the 30-yard line. So now, obviously Atlantic City going to go for it. You're going to want to circle where number 2 is on the field. He breaks the huddle to the near side. 4 receivers. DeGraff and Wright split to the near side. Cabrera in the backfield. Lyon trying to draw the Spartans. He looks over to change a play. Now back under center. Takes the snap. Going to throw. DeGraffenreich, nice catch and pitch and catch to the 20. And DeGraffenreich picks up a 1st down and more. It's a simple pitch and catch.
Yeah, DeGraffenreich wins the battle here, but for the Holy Spirit coaching staff, they may have a little bit of a bone to pick here on Thanksgiving as you see some early contact in the slot, but nonetheless, DeGraffenreich able to make a big 1st down conversion on the right side.
So DeGraffenreich with another catch, and it sets up a 1st down and 10 at the 15-yard line for Atlantic City with 8:12 left to play in the half. And Holy Spirit, their defense needs to get a stop or they could be down 2 scores in this game. Lions, 3 wide receivers and a I formation in the backfield. DeGraffenreich, the deep back behind Cabrera.
0 coverage as they walk the safety up.
They hand it right to DeGraffenreich, and he is kind of tripped up.
DeGraffenreich, gain of 1.
You don't see the old fullback leading the tailback all that much anymore.
Now, it was a good switch up and a real good attack off the edge. And that's number 17, Jordan Bartlett, firing down to chop him underneath.
2nd and 9, pick up a 1. Ball at the 14-yard line. Joe Lyons is a senior, so they will have to replace him next season. They've had some good quarterback play here at Atlantic City over the last couple of seasons. Lions bunches trips to the far side of the field. DeGraffenreich tight to the near side. They send DeGraffenreich in motion to the far side of the field. They pitch it to Cabrera, and he tries to hit the corner, and Holy Spirit seals nicely. And Medina is one of the guys who helped make that play happen, and then making the stop was Tamir Jones.
Spartans doing a good job of shifting towards motion, and as they do so, they're able to force running back inside, get help to the linebacker. Good fundamental defense. Some quick shout-outs, Mike. Wagner Swagner says his mom went to Holy Spirit and dad to Atlantic City. They bring up the score of the game every Thanksgiving.
That's what this game used to be about, much more. My mom went here, my dad went there. You know, I played for the Ventnor Pirates. It's nice to see there's a Pirate jersey. You used to see Pirate jerseys in the entire stands on this game. Rams jerseys, Pirates jerseys. I'm not old enough to remember the Colts, but Dolphins jerseys.
Dolphins jerseys for sure.
You know,
Pleasantville Jokers. Timeout on the field.
And a timeout on the field. But, yeah, you know, that story right there. We were my girlfriend's mother's in town, and she's not from the area, and they don't play on Thanksgiving where she lives, and she wanted to know the genesis of the game. And I explained, you know, Holy Spirit used to basically share the same building. They played at the same field, and when I grew up, you know, I lived in Margate. You'd have a game, Ventnor Pirates would play, and John would walk up to you after the game. Holy Spirit or AC? You only had 2 questions.
Yeah.
What was the answer? Holy Spirit or AC? That's all he wanted to know. Yeah. But you only had 2 choices, and half our friends went to AC. The other half went to Holy Spirit, and when you played in this game, it was, you're my next door neighbor. Your mother is friends with my dad. that has kind of dissipated in this particular.
Well, a lot of people don't realize the rivalry started because Holy Spirit used to be in Atlantic City.
Correct.
Right? So this is where it was kind of the Catholic school versus the public school type of deal. But like my own grandfather went to Star of the Sea, the inlet in Atlantic City. He went to Holy Spirit, played this game in the 30s. And then you kind of fast forward a bit, Mike. Remember they used to bring grass into Convention Hall and play this game indoors?
Yes. Well, I don't.
Well, we don't remember it, but we know about it.
I know the stories.
We know about it.
3rd and 9 for the Vikings. Lions overlooks the Spartan front. 4 wide receivers. High snap, takes it. Lions pitches low. Short of the receiver on the far side of the field. He was trying to hit Jeremiah Williams.
Yeah, so, some more shout-outs. Our buddy Matt Ulmer of Cape Atlantic League Live, he's enjoying a little bit of vacay. He's, of course, down in sunny Florida right now. With our kind of partnership with Matt and how we've done as much as we can on our end, as well as he, to bring so many games, of course, free of charge to South Jersey football fans everywhere. I want to thank Matt again for taking a vacation, giving us an opportunity to do this game.
Now, my whole family are all Holy Spirit. I'm, of course, mainland. But everybody always asks me if I would have stayed in Ventnor, where would I have gone?
You would have went to Atlantic City.
I was an AC pick. I would have been an AC guy. Lions launches one. DeGraff and right, and it is nearly picked off. No, I never quite made that decision. But a lot of my friends, that's hard. As you just saw, one of our friends, Rob Fishbein, was one of my best friends growing up. He was my catcher on my baseball team. He went to Spirit. One of my other best friends, Kirk Tolan, he went to Atlantic City. He actually was the quarterback for Atlantic City. So those kind of decisions were so frequent of my one friend's going here, my other friend's going to this school. Where am I going to go? And that has kind of been taken away for whatever reasons. The school choice is a huge factor in the deal.
Yeah.
That if you're living in Margate or Ventnor, you have a lot more choices now, and people are taking up on those choices. Spartans take over on downs after the incompletion. Lefty Costabile fires a strike, and he's going to get a big one to Tamir Jones. He's going 76 yards for the touchdown.
Wow. I mean, Holy Spirit had been trying to set up lanes in the middle of the field, and Costabile read this right away, and just the southpaw with a strike arm of Costabile, and there was no doubt about it. He just had to outrun the turf monster.
86-yard strike, and it was a strike. And Jones has made it a 1-point game with the extra point coming.
Talk about an answer.
A quick strike for Holy Spirit with 5:40 to go, and the snap is fumbled, and it is going to be a no-good conversion. And we talked about the extra points in this game. Both teams have now missed one, so Mason Forte never gets the chance to kick. And we go to 14-13 with 5:40 left to play here in the half. It's Thanksgiving Day on BFA Sports.
Serving the community since 2008, the Bunting Family Pharmacy, located in Northfield, aims to provide a wide variety of compounded and traditional medications to doctors and patients in Atlantic, Cape May, and the surrounding South Jersey counties. We are staffed by 4 New Jersey board-certified technicians and a fleet of delivery drivers servicing both residential and business customers 6 days a week.
The Bunting Family Pharmacy. We bring the pharmacy home to you.
Give us a call or visit us at buntingfamilypharmacy.com.
Back here in Atlantic City, a beautiful day on the island. There you go. Probably one of the best backdrops you can get for a high school football setting. You see the Vikings and Spartans fans. We got a huge crowd. That Holy Spirit side is nearly filled over there. And the Atlantic City side has a nice group of people as well that have come out from all over the place. You got the jerseys in the crowd, the Pirate jerseys. There's a Barry Sanders jersey here. You can see a lot of people checking out a very entertaining game. We've got people checking in. If you're watching on YouTube, of course, let us know where you're watching the game from, who you're supporting. you want us to give a shout-out to somebody in the game or somebody else possibly watching, let us know. We're here for you on BFA Sports. Short kick, it bounces over, taking it around the 5. And zigging and zagging is DeGraffenreich, and he is going to get taken down at around the 15-yard line. So Cheyenne DeGraffenreich, well, he let that kick sail over his head. It was kind of a short kick, and then it took a couple bounces. The next thing you know, Dougie picked the ball up at the 5 and was like, I guess I got to do something with this. So a Holy Spirit, good special teams coverage there, and now Atlantic City is going to have to go the length of the field.
Yeah, field position has been the advantage of Atlantic City. Having a couple short fields so far that they were able to convert into points. Of course, Holy Spirit with a big, quick strike to set the stage with 5:31 to go in the first half.
I just was, by the way, walking in here earlier. I coach baseball, obviously. A lot of kids on here I know of. And I saw the Mooney family. The Mooney's all Pirates. Ed Mooney, a Pirate coach. That Mooney name with the Ventnor Pirates, very well known. Good to see a lot of people out here. But we'll continue throughout the day, reading off your messages and all that kind of good stuff. It's been a good game so far. 14-13, Atlantic City. Lions takes a step. Steps up, and it is intercepted. Tapped up in the air and intercepted on the play. It is Matt Abbott.
Big time play here for the Spartans. Abbott drops into a good read, steps in front of the passing lane, and man, oh man, they throw into double coverage, and he's able to come up big for the football.
Matt Abbott, a Ventnor kid. His brother Ryan Abbott played baseball for me. Matt actually played a little bit of baseball for me, but he was more concentrating on football. Big, strong kid, so it's not surprising to see him out here making plays on the football field. But we'll read off some of the towns on this Holy Spirit roster here and envision this game if just half of them were on the other side.
Well, I'm sure the athletic director of Atlantic City, Chris Ford, will definitely appreciate your support.
Inside handoff again to Mound. He tries to hit the corner, and Mound is extending for a touchdown, his second of the game.
Air Mallon, 2.0. He runs on the ground. He's able to get his second score of the game, and it's a big time play here for the Holy Spirit. He goes back with the counter.
It's the same play they ran the last time.
Oh, yeah. It's rinse and repeat. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And, of course, tradition, his father, the late Albie Mallon, quarterback extraordinaire, one of still the leading passers in Holy Spirit history. So Ryan Mallon paying homage to his late father, and I know this game means a lot to him and to the family.
So his second touchdown now of the game for Ryan Mallon, both rushing touchdowns on exactly the same play. One counter to the one side and then the exact same counter to the other side. And that gives Holy Spirit a 19-14 lead. They're going to try to get the 2, and they do. In for the 2 is Hicks. And we are back to a 7-point lead for Holy Spirit. 21-14 with 5:14 left to play here on BFA Sports.
From small parties to the big wedding, Petrosh's has you covered under the big top, South Jersey. Bounce houses delivered to your castle, sanitized and cleaned with care, gives you peace of mind. While the kids play, the adults can take a seat and relax under a Petrosh's Big Top tent. Petrosh's Big Top is a call or click away to provide you with a full array of party rental needs, from tents, tables, chairs, china, and linens to bounce rides and games. Let Petrosh's Big Top be your all-occasion party rental company. Call 609-804-9805.
Happy Thanksgiving from Petrosh's Big Top.
So after a touchdown run from Ryan Mallon, it puts Holy Spirit up 21-14 here with 5:14 left to play in the half, and Holy Spirit will kick back off. And both teams now have turned the ball over, and both teams have capitalized on them.
Yeah, that east side of the field has not been kind to either of the offenses, but the defenses seem to like it a lot.
Mason Forte set to kick off. for the Spartans. Swings his right leg through the football. Spinning high, taken all the way back by Jones. Jones brings it out to the 15, and he is tripped up and pushed backwards and short of the 20-yard line. So Atlantic City, again, is going to have to start deep in its own territory.
Ball spotted at the 20-yard line.
The ball right at the 20. First and 10. And here comes Joe Lyons in this Atlantic City offense, which has now been stopped on downs and turned it over their last 2 possessions.
And a couple other shout-outs. One of my classmates, Andy Vigu, lives out in Arizona. He's taking it in. And, of course, I want to thank our buddy Joe Bunting, although a mainland alum, a big supporter of the University of Arizona Athletics. So we also appreciate the Bunting Family Pharmacy for their support and sponsoring today's game.
Lions under center, 4 wide receivers. And he loses the football. He kind of bobbled it. It was kind of hard to see. He was under center there, and he kept himself so low. But he seemed like he fumbled the snap, and he was able to keep it, and he loses 2.
Yeah, great pressure up front by Bradley Nolan, number 52. He's amped up. Did a real nice job in what they call the A gap between the guard and the center, forcing pressure and forcing a mis-exchange.
And I'm taking a look down the Atlantic City bleachers. I mean, if you're just looking in the bleachers, they're a little spread out here, but down the end zones and down that way, there are a lot of people. That's because you got the food down there.
Yeah, well, we talk about more of the connection between the Holy Spirit and Atlantic City after this play.
2nd and 12. Lions, bubble screen. Dancing, gets through a couple tackles, spins through another one. Kelly nearly gets a first down. Boy, that play looked like it had no place to go. And Kelly making a little something out of nothing. Real quick on the scoreboard, Millville 7 and Vineland nothing. It's the only other game in town.
Yeah, and the Millville-Vineland game is the longest-running rivalry in the country. A lot of people don't know that. Think about that. South Jersey. That's why I'm saying why not get this game into at least the century mark?
It would be great. I think that, one of the problems we've had is we've made rules for the exceptions and not the rules. We have one team that's still playing. There's no reason that all the other teams that are done couldn't have been playing today. I mean, we've made rules to essentially help one team. And how many times does that one team make it that far? We're lucky to have had Millville last year, Cedar Creek last year, and Mainland this year. But you're making rules for them and not the other people. Yeah, and so when you say that, right, there's a little bit of frustration because if you're eliminated from the playoffs early, you have to wait almost 4 weeks. Well, that part of helping the one team is that they moved the season up to accommodate the one team. If they didn't move the season up, you wouldn't have had that issue. Yeah, of course, talking about week 0, which was Coach Brent Bean saying, hey, why don't we play this game on week 0? You know how hot it was on that day, Coach Bean? Oh, man. It was a monsoon, as a matter of fact, that day. Remember, we had that storm blow through Ocean City, and we were lucky to end up getting the game in. But, certainly, Mike, then I asked the next question. What do these families do on Thanksgiving morning that for generations have come out to watch this football game? A fake punt, by the way, and they're going to get a first down on the fake punt. Raul Cabrera. Well, I know breakdancing was a little bit popular in the 80s and 90s when you and I were here, but watch what happens to Holy Spirit's Javian Swain trying to make this play. I mean, Cabrera lowers the boom, and then watch. He's spinning up on his head. So the fake punt on 4th and 4 back in their own territory, and Cabrera takes it for a first down Vikings. This has been a physical contest. We talked about these guys, they played a couple of consolation games. Well, Atlantic City played a consolation game against Vineland because, again, right, both trying to stay sharp to be able to play these Thanksgiving games. But it's definitely something that needs to be revisited. We saw Nick Cuba, our buddy from the Press of Atlantic City, chime in as well. This is going to be a healthy debate, I think. 1st and 10. Ball at the 36-yard line. Lions takes it, pump fakes, pressure, rolls out, and he is going to go down. He looks like he gets it back to across the line of scrimmage, but he was finally taken down by Colt Calhoun. Yeah, I mean, one of the things, they moved the season up to try to accommodate. One of the things the NJSAA wants to try to accomplish is they don't want these seasons to be so tight They want the kids to have some downtime between basketball and football and basketball season. I mean, quite frankly, I don't know that that's helping anybody.
Yeah.
And it's only made stuff like this more challenging. 2nd and 7. Lions. To Grafenreich, bubble screen, breaks a tackle, makes a man miss. And he gets a couple on the play. Good defense by Holy Spirit. Give Swain the tackle there.
You know, one of the other crossovers is, you think about over the years, I always have kind of admired the fact that there's so many sons and daughters of Atlantic City firefighters and police officers that you see are heavily involved in the Holy Spirit, staff and population and supporters of the school. It's amazing.
3rd and 6, trips to the near side, one to the far side. Lions in a shotgun. Looks to the Atlantic City sideline. 36 seconds left in the half. Lions fires, and it is incomplete. As that play was blown up, the corner came up, Ty Mercado, and he just pushed his blocker in the lane of the pass.
Atlantic City kind of walking a fine line there, right? Ball's in the air, and it looked like you had players that were engaged in blocking, and that generally could draw a penalty.
Keenan Wright, the head coach at Atlantic City, he's really done a good job.
Oh, man.
This team was, quite frankly, 2 years ago, looked like you were wondering what the future of this program was.
And Coach Wright gets it. Like, he's heavily involved at the youth level to try to, encourage and get a lot of the kids that are eligible to come to Atlantic City to play football here.
Atlantic City going to punt on 4th and 6 at their own 41. 30 seconds left to go in the half. High snap. Cabrera just pops one high in the air. No returner back for Holy Spirit. Now the ball takes a bounce for Holy Spirit back to around the 45-yard line. So Holy Spirit's going to get a couple of chances here with 23 seconds left, and they have all 3 timeouts. You've got Costabile who can really sling it.
Yeah, so an offensive coordinator, Charlie Roman, has done a nice job of drawing up a bit of balance. So we've seen a lot of good running lanes that have opened up some passing opportunities, but you would think with the clock at 22 seconds to go, this really is going to be a spread out and let Costabile sling the football around the field to try to get a quick score.
We talk about players on certain teams and who's where. Hicks has been a factor in this game. He's from Atlantic City. He's over at Holy Spirit. He's the running back in the backfield, empty backfield on this particular play. Costabile with trips to the near side. Costabile, an Absecon resident. He fires one in the slot. It's complete to Mallon. Mallon breaks the tackle. He busts to the outside. He's got one man to beat. Mallon, his 3rd touchdown.
Wow. So Ryan Mallon, he's just had an unbelievable day. It's a hat trick of touchdowns. His uncle, Mike Mallon, a huge Flyers fan. Gotta love that his nephew is getting the hat trick on Thanksgiving.
The pitch, the catch, the broken tackle, and then he busts one.
I mean, unbelievable. He's been uncoverable.
It makes it Holy Spirit 27. Atlantic City 14. The extra point from Forte is up, and it is good. With 11 seconds left in the half.
That was Ryan Mallon on the
Atlantic City trails 27-14 on Thanksgiving morning.
28-14.
Since 1977, Ernest & Son Meat Market, a Brigantine Avenue tradition, has kept its roots being the best old-fashioned butcher shop on the island to a Food Network favorite stop, featuring fresh produce, Dietz & Watson cold cuts, take-home entrees, your favorite catering dishes, and more, delivered to your favorite business or home. Their freshly sliced sandwiches are piled high with mouth-watering meats, and their steaks on the grill are as legendary as the ones you'll want to put on the barbecue at home. Give Ernest & Sons Old-Fashioned Butcher Shop a call to cater your next party or cut your meat at 609-266-1588.
Happy Thanksgiving from Ernest & Sons.
A 57-yard touchdown from Costabile to Mallon puts Holy Spirit up 28-14 here on Thanksgiving morning. Turkey time.
It is turkey time. You know, my our brother from another, Al Fisher, would usually be on the broadcast, but I guess he had to get an early start to eating today.
That's not surprising. Food on the plate for Al, you can't get him out of the house. I'm sure this is a better serving right here, though. This has got to be better than whatever he's cooking.
No question. Well, he doesn't cook. Let's just be real. He's probably ordering from Ernest & Son's old-fashioned butcher shop.
Taking it to 25, crosses the 35, and Atlantic City might get one chuck of the football with 4 seconds left.
Ball brought back out to 40.
Got some Vikings fans, Mike, watching from Austin, Texas. So they say, go Camille Zaffa. So thank you, Texas. Hook 'em horns. Well, hopefully they're not an A&M fan, I guess, but I'm going to guess they're
in Austin.
Yeah.
I imagine they're wearing the burnt orange.
Shout out to that Vikings offensive line. Number
And,
50, Zephaniah Bradley. Number 52, Ja'Kyle Pittman. Number 54, Sharif Williams. Number 66, Tariq Ransom. And number 7.
First and 10, it looks like
Mobley.
Well, Atlantic City run a play here. It looks like they're going to take a knee. They've got that victory formation kind of lined up. And Holy Spirit calls timeout.
We have a Holy Spirit timeout.
We got a shout-out, too, speaking of Holy Spirit, so Danielle Pulse is a shout-out to Coach Andrew Deep Esquale. Your 3 nephews are watching and cheering you on. Let's go, Spirit. And Mike Swagner was a Ventnor Pirate as well.
Nice. Ventnor Pirates. I can't keep track of what league all these teams are in now.
Yeah, well, they changed the name of the league so many times.
There's like 3 junior leagues now.
Yeah, a lot of kids playing football, though, which, that in one respect, it's a good sign. In another respect, it's an example of can we all get along?
That probably has a lot more to do with it.
That'll bring us to the end.
They take a knee, and that takes us to halftime. Atlantic City led 14-7, but it has been 21 unanswered from the Spartans, and they go into halftime leading 28-14 here on Thanksgiving Day. It is halftime on BFA Sports, and our crew all out here on Thanksgiving doing a heck of a job on the camera work so far, and all the pictures for you in the video, giving you the opportunity to watch this from the comfort of your own home on Thanksgiving Day. We'll be back with more in the second half here on BFA Sports.
Serving the community since 2008, the Bunting Family Pharmacy, located in Northfield, aims to provide a wide variety of compounded and traditional medications to doctors and patients in Atlantic, Cape May, and the surrounding South Jersey counties. We are staffed by 4 New Jersey board-certified technicians and a fleet of delivery drivers servicing both residential and business customers 6 days a week.
The Bunting Family Pharmacy. We bring the pharmacy home to you.
Give us a call or visit us at buntingfamilypharmacy.com.
From small parties to the big wedding, Petrosh's has you covered under the big top, South Jersey. Bounce houses delivered to your castle, sanitized and cleaned with care, gives you peace of mind. While the kids play, the adults can take a seat and relax under a Petrosh's Big Top tent. Petrosh's Big Top is a call or click away to provide you with a full array of party rental needs, from tents, tables, chairs, china, and linens to bounce rides and games. Let Petrosh's Big Top be your all-occasion party rental company. Call 609-804-9805.
Happy Thanksgiving from Petrosh's Big Top.
Since 1977, Ernest & Son Meat Market, a Brigantine Avenue tradition, has kept its roots being the best old-fashioned butcher shop on the island to a Food Network favorite stop, featuring fresh produce, Dietz & Watson cold cuts, take-home entrees, your favorite catering dishes, and more, delivered to your favorite business or home. Their freshly sliced sandwiches are piled high with mouth-watering meats, and their steaks on the grill are as legendary as the ones you'll want to put on the barbecue at home. Give Ernest & Son's Old-Fashioned Butcher Shop a call to cater your next party or cut your meat at 609-266-1588.
Happy Thanksgiving from Ernest & Son.
Serving the community since 2008, the Bunting Family Pharmacy, located in Northfield, aims to provide a wide variety of compounded and traditional medications to doctors and patients in Atlantic, Cape May, and the surrounding South Jersey counties. We are staffed by 4 New Jersey board-certified technicians and a fleet of delivery drivers servicing both residential and business customers 6 days a week.
The Bunting Family Pharmacy. We bring the pharmacy home to you.
Give us a call or visit us at buntingfamilypharmacy.com.
From small parties to the big wedding, Petrosh's has you covered under the big top, South Jersey. Bounce houses delivered to your castle, sanitized and cleaned with care, gives you peace of mind. While the kids play, the adults can take a seat and relax under a Petrosh's Big Top tent. Petrosh's Big Top is a call or click away to provide you with a full array of party rental needs, from tents, tables, chairs, china, and linens to bounce rides and games. Let Petrosh's Big Top be your all-occasion party rental company. Call 609-804-9805.
Happy Thanksgiving from Petrosh's Big Top.
Back here in Atlantic City as we are about to start the third quarter, the second half of this game. Holy Spirit 28-7. They had a 7-0 lead. Atlantic City, scored first. They had a 7-0 lead. Holy Spirit answered to tie it up. And then, of course, Atlantic City went right back down, scored again, and then it's been all Holy Spirit since then, and that has built them up to a 28-14 lead. 3 touchdowns from Ryan Mallon, 2 rushing, 1 receiving. Atlantic City will get the football to start this third quarter, trailing 28-14 here on BFA Sports. Mike Gill, Doug Stasic, wishing everybody out there a happy Thanksgiving. You wouldn't want to be doing anything else other than watching a high school football game on Thanksgiving. That's what Thanksgiving is, isn't it?
That's what we're saying, but there's some debate about whether or not this could be the last one.
Short kick taken at about the 20-yard line by Rosborough. Breaks to the near side, out to the 30, out to the 35-yard line, and finally taken down. Colt Calhoun makes the stop along with Cole Facenda. So we'll start the third quarter now with Atlantic City down 2 scores. They had 2 possessions to start the game, back-to-back touchdowns, and their offense, Doug, has kind of gone quiet since those first 2.
Yeah, I mean, the offensive line came out and dominated. Holy Spirit was in a man coverage on defense, and Atlantic City went into spread formation and opened up some really good gaps that were allowing some big chunk runs. And next thing you know, the Spartan defense shifted away from the man, went back into more or less like a zone blitz, and that's been the difference.
First and 10, ball at the 35 for Atlantic High. Dressed in navy with white helmets. They send a man in motion. They hand to Jones, the motion man. He busts to the outside, and there is not a lot of room to go. And he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. A host of Spartans in there making the stop, including, it looked like over there,
yeah, Holy Spirit dropping into a cover 3 defense. So now that the fact that they got a lead, they're going to try to put a cap over the top on DeGraffin Wright and Mikael Jones. So you're going to see Holy Spirit do a little bit of, what things that you debate seems like on a daily basis about the Eagles. No blitz, but contain.
They look like Ty Mercado. Those Spartan jersey numbers are a little tough to see.
Yeah, the white on gold, not easy on the eyes.
Second and 8, pickup of 2 for Jones. Showing blitz on the far side. They fake the handoff. They go right up the middle, and there's not a lot of running room. That was a play that was working for them with Cabrera early in the game. Not so much now.
Yeah, I thought I heard a late whistle. Wasn't sure if that was followed by a flag. Doesn't seem to be the case there.
Only 2 flags in the game today. 3rd down and 8.
Again, for those tuning in and joining us.
By the way, we want to mention, we got a message, Ventnor Pirates, Hamilton Hawks, they are playing for the league championship title Saturday. It's a 5 o'clock game, and the varsity championship, I'm imagining, is at the...
That's for the ACJFL.
I was going to say, I think Ventnor's still in the ACJFL. Lions fires complete. Jones first down, spins. He goes down, but he gets a first down, and he's luckily brought down there in the secondary. But Miguel Jones, I think that's his first catch of the day.
Yeah, shout out to Michael Mooney. He's watching in Naples, Florida. Says, so great to be able to watch this Thanksgiving tradition. Go Vikings. Of course, Mooney always was proud to wear the navy blue and white.
First and 10, Atlantic City, just short of the 50-yard line. At the 48. 4 receivers, 2 bunched to the near side. Shotgun snap to Lions. Pressured up the middle, and Lions is sacked.
Whew. My goodness.
Ty Mercado, Colt Calhoun, they came right up the middle.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of when you hear that the turkey has been put on the table and everybody comes just breaking through the living room into the dining room. Those guys are ready to eat.
A 0 blitz right up the middle, and Lions had nowhere to go. By the way, Ventnor is the Jersey Shore Youth Football League.
Yeah, there's all these changes, Mike. I hate to say, but I think we're slowly becoming old heads.
There is an ACJFL still.
Correct? There is an ACJFL, and of course we'll be at the Cape Atlantic Junior Football League Championships at Birch Grove Park on Saturday. You'll have all those streams on BFA Sports. Pee Wee at 10, JV at 12, and varsity at 2. And our buddy Vin Ebenu will be on the call for that one. Also Naples, Florida. Our brother from another, Jim G, who's down there. Of course, Jim G, part of the RK Auto Group in Vineland.
The RK Auto Group, great service yesterday. Called me, texted me, let me know that my car's ready for service if I'm ready to bring it in. Asked me how my purchase is going. I said it's overly expensive.
But you're enjoying it.
It was a good deal. I enjoy it. 2nd and 21 to 36. DeGraffenreich takes the screen and just hanging on for dear life, wrapping him up until some friends could help him out. That was Mercado, who was just kind of hanging on the ankle there.
Yeah, the Vikings continuing to attack the edge. And that's something, again, that a play that they drew up early in half number 1 didn't necessarily go according to plan here in the second half, however.
So, and look, the junior league conversation I think is important with high school football. I mean, those leagues are the feeders. If I'm getting this right, the leagues are now some are based on weight and some are not based on weight. So some league teams did not want to be weighted and other teams wanted to remain weighted. So they kind of had some offshoot leagues that have some teams that have no weight limits and other leagues that do have weight limits.
Yeah, so it's a debate because the problem is these kids all grow at different rates.
3rd and 15, Lions steps up, fires, it's complete to Jones for a first down at the 40-yard line. He's tackled by Mercado, but not before another Viking first down, and that one was made by the feet and the legs of Joe Lyons.
Yeah, Lyons didn't run in the first half. He was looking for a couple lanes, but you have to respect the fact that he's mobile and he's able to float it over and move the sticks for a big Vikings first down.
1st and 10, ball at the 39-yard line. Just under 7 minutes to play in the 3rd. Atlantic City trails by 2 scores. Joe Lyons, the senior, playing his final game as a Viking. Low under center. Sends to
DeGraff.
Grafenright in motion. Hands it to Grafenright, who is hit. He spins. Not a lot of room. Pickup of about 3.
Well, that looked like a copycat of the Spartans counterplay they've been running with Ryan Mallon with success, but no room there as the Vikings try to catch the Spartans off guard, per se. And, Mike, it's like youth football is just blowing up the text lines. So the Absecon Blue Devils, the Pee-wees, are going to be in their Saturday championship game versus Hamilton. Of course, one of my OG BFAs, my best friends growing up, Eric Allen. He's one of their assistants. And Holy Spirit alum John Gorman is the head coach for the Absecon Blue Devil Pee-wee team.
And so that's the same league as the Pirates because they're playing Hamilton.
There you go.
Jersey Shore. Man in motion to Grafenright. They fake it to him. They look like they busted play here. He looked like he tried to fake it in the inside and then pitch it. And that play was just absolutely blown up. Looks like Mercado along with Christian Surlis.
Yeah, and so here's the thing, Mike. Like, they've been giving Cabrera the ball a lot in this contest, but the stat sheets that we were provided, Cabrera had 1 carry before this game all year long. So you got to think if they're going to try to start to work in some fakes and some counters, does he have the reps, or are they really on the same page, or are we going to see some potential plays now that have been buried in the back of the playbook?
Usually see a lot of razzle-dazzle on this day. Both teams have been playing a little close to the vest here today.
Yeah, I would expect to see Holy Spirit perhaps open it up a bit if they're able to get a defensive stop here.
3rd and 11. Ball at the 40-yard line. Lions in a shotgun. Trips to the near side. They fake the bubble screen, and it looked like Lions was going to go down the field, but they had double coverage on Williams, and Lions is sacked, and bringing him down is big, number 79, Dominic DeLees.
Yeah, Dom DeLees, a Vineland resident, Dom DeLees. And, you know, he's a guy that certainly enjoys all the Thanksgiving offerings. My man is an absolute bull on that front side of that line. He's been that way from the times that he was just a young pup playing in some of those youth football leagues.
6'2", 320 he's listed at. He's a senior. This is his final game for the Spartans, so he gets a sack in his final day, and they're going to go for it. Nope, punt. 4th and 16. Atlantic City's going to punt inside the 50-yard line. They did fake once. Cabrera, short half step, punts it. Side winding punt. It bounces back towards Holy Spirit's direction, and it's touched up at around the 32-yard line. And Holy Spirit has a chance now to open this game up a little more. They've had 21 unanswered in this one. They lead 28-14. Yes, if you're watching today, wherever you're watching, let us know where you're watching. Let us know who you're cheering for, which junior team you played for. I think that's a big, you talk about Ventnor Pirates, AC Dolphins, the Brigantine Rams, the Northfield Cardinals, the Absecon Blue Devils, the Hamilton Hogs, EHT. What are they called now? They used to be the Orioles. I think they switched.
They're the Eagles.
Galloway Mustangs, are they still hanging around?
Yeah, the Mustangs are still around.
Costabile rolling as he is hit from the backside, and then Cabrera forces the ball, and Costabile, I think he fumbled it forward or out of bounds, and they're going to call that maybe an incomplete pass.
Yeah, might be able to see it and slow it down on the Petrosh's Big Top instant replay. Looks to his right, nobody home, so then he swings out to his left as he rolls, and then he decides at the last second, hey, I'm not going to take a loss. Let me get rid of the football.
By the way, the championship games are Absecon Hamilton, Linwood Hamilton. Varsity is Ventnor Hamilton. So Hamilton having a banner year in the championship games. The Linwood Panthers are the JV representative.
You know, you had mentioned the Galloway Mustangs, Mike, and a Holy Spirit alum, my good buddy Kevin Walls. He was a Ventnor Pirate quarterback. He was a Holy Spirit defensive back, and then for a while he was the head coach of the Galloway Mustangs varsity group. And you know, he's a guy that's old school. You know, he played back in the day. You talk about the Ed Burns and the Lou Paludi eras. That's when Holy Spirit used to be 2 platoon, meaning you either played offense or defense. He implemented that when he was the head coach of the Mustangs.
3rd and 2. Costabile has a shotgun. showing blitz, Atlantic City, and they might have moved. They did. The flag comes in, and it looks like Rashawn Turner moved. You know, we played 2 platoon at Mainland for a couple of years there. Mainly, I want to say, I think they just realized that we weren't all that good and figured it was a way to get more people on the field.
Well, you talk about rivalries, right? Like, I can remember, of course, the Holy Spirit Atlantic City rivalry was a big one, but the Holy Spirit Mainland football one for a period of time in the late 80s was very big. You know, we mentioned the late Albie Mallon, Chris Stoll, Brian Little. I can remember Ed Burns leading the team in those tour buses, and he had an Atlantic City police sidecar motorcycle taking the team.
Costabile got a man just off the outstretched arms of Tamir Jones.
So Ed Burns, Coach Burns, my legendary coach, he used to dress up, and he always had this bright yellow, remember the bike shorts? The coach's bike shorts? And the polo. And he would have a royal blue and gold scarf with the old school goggles, and he would ride in a sidecar going down New Road, leading the Holy Spirit Spartans to take on the Mustangs right down New Road. Unbelievable. And I think I was probably 10 years old, and I still remember that like it was yesterday.
Now, Derek Cason, who's the PA, of course, here at Atlantic City, now he gives me the note that he played on the first ever AC Dolphins team in 1968. Now, I remember these Dolphin Pirate games. So they're playing up in Venice Park, and we come out.
Second down.
And we're doing our calisthenics. And I think Atlantic City wanted to try to give us a little intimidation factor. And it got a little rough before the game. We came out of that skirmish covered in black paint. They must have just freshly painted their helmets. And we had black paint all over us. And it was just like, you know, it was one of these, we had played them for years where both of us were very close, the Pee-wee, the JV, and the varsity level. And we had won a championship, Ventnor, as when I was in 7th grade. We had a banger of a team. Ended up beating Egg Harbor City, the Crusaders, at Holy Spirit. We played that championship game. But in that season was when we played Atlantic City. They had a kid named Cairo Ruffin was the running back. Big kid. I mean, he had to be like 6'2" playing running back. You talk about a weighted league or an unweighted league?
Well, I remember you guys had Jeff Moore as a running back then, too, for the Ventnor Pirates.
Our team that won the championship.
The Fishbein brothers. Of course, they were different age groups. Holy Spirit alum and one of Atlantic City's finest, Sam Rando, reminding me that Holy Spirit used to have police escorts from Holy Spirit to the Mainland game. All the pomp and circumstance and the pageantry, man. Where is it going?
Where has it gone is correct. 2nd and 10 for Holy Spirit. Ball at the 43-yard line. They send a man in motion to the near side. They hand it. Now they reverse. Mallon's going to throw. Mallon over the middle, and it's just over the outstretched arms of Jones.
Another former Spartan reminded me, you talk about Mainland police cars. How about Army Reserve trucks to take the team from Holy Spirit to play these football games? I mean, Dan Kern, he's in the booth. He's got his eye on the clock, but he's laughing because he knows this firsthand because he witnessed it. I mean, there's other things that I can't condone that I may have knowledge of, but I think enough years have passed that they can't hold me responsible. But, there were certain games you lead up to, and you may do some things that, you wouldn't want your kids to do. Yeah, I love the fact that so many people are chiming in and sharing their memories, but, for the powers that be, I think this is why it's so important to keep traditions continuing.
Well, I would ask this question. Is it important to keep this tradition in the Vineland Millville? Maybe the other one said, you know what, we don't have the same thing that they have, and that's why they're no longer existing.
So for a period of time, right? Like a lot of people would remember Atlantic City for the first 50 years of this tradition. They used to have their way with Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit never had the numbers, and then in the last 50 years, it kind of has shifted. Well, I guess 40 plus, right? Shifted, and now we're seeing a little bit of balance.
Well, Holy Spirit has won the last 5 as they punt on 4th and 13. That one takes a Spartan roll. It goes all the way inside the 5, and it's going to go all the way down to the 1-yard line. Yeah, right now they're playing for the Boyd Marzak Trophy. Atlantic City leads the series 52, 38, and 4 ties. Holy Spirit has won 5 in a row, including 63-34 last year. So, yes, Holy Spirit still has a few years left to get back to 500 in this, but it shows you how far they were behind and how far they've come.
Well, you know, somebody curiously that I'm really would love to know his opinion on this. Athletic director of Atlantic City, Chris Ford, his late father, Holy Spirit legend and Boston Celtic great, Chris Ford. What would he think if this game doesn't happen on Thanksgiving? He's going to be one of the guys, along with Norm Bain, is going to have a big say in that happening. So what would you think?
I mean, quite frankly, other than having to play next weekend for a quote-unquote, well, I guess it is now a true state championship. Some of those games, though, are being played on like Monday or Tuesday. That I think I saw the schedule. Did you see that?
Yeah.
There's some of the games being played on Monday or Tuesday, so you can make even a strong argument that if you're going to play the game on Monday or Tuesday, why not let the teams play Thursday and then come back and play again next Thursday? DeGraff to right, and DeGraff to right, 99 yards! He is not going to be caught. Cheyenne DeGraff to right, 99. Put him on the board.
Back is against the wall. You look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. What do? You turn and you dial it up to the Magic Man. Ice Cup. There is no question. There is nobody on the field that's even in the screen close enough to catch him. You understand the talent is undeniable, and you understand when your back's against the wall, he's the guy you go to.
Lions to DeGraff and right for 99 yards, puts Atlantic City back on the board. And they'll look to cut this to 7. Actually, it looks like they're going to go for 2. Maybe not. Cabrera is in. He is the kicker.
Man, what a big-time play by the Vikings.
Lions for 2. They throw to the Lions in the flat, and it is short. So they are going to be 8 points behind, as it's 28-20 now, with 1:10 left to play here in the third on BFA Sports.
Since 1977, Ernest & Son Meat Market, a Brigantine Avenue tradition, has kept its roots being the best old-fashioned butcher shop on the island to a Food Network favorite stop, featuring fresh produce, Dietz & Watson cold cuts, take-home entrees, your favorite catering dishes, and more, delivered to your favorite business or home. Their freshly sliced sandwiches are piled high with mouth-watering meats, and their steaks on the grill are as legendary as the ones you'll want to put on the barbecue at home. Give Ernest & Sons Old-Fashioned Butcher Shop a call to cater your next party or cut your meat at 609-266-1588.
Happy Thanksgiving from Ernest & Sons.
So a 99-yard touchdown pass from Lions to DeGraff and right has made it 28-20. You see this crowd on end here getting an entertaining game. And, boy, 99-yard score. And DeGraff and right, who is a junior, going to get a chance to play in this game at least, well, we think one more time.
Yeah, well, Holy Spirit tried to jump the route. I think they thought that the ball might go to him, and a little bit of a gamble. I mean, I know we're in Atlantic City, but that there, not a ticket the Spartan defense was able to cash.
Kickoff bounces around the 25. It takes an Atlantic City roll, and the Vikings have it!
Are you kidding me? Atlantic City, the kicking game has been critical. This one unexpected, finds a bit of a dead area, a little pitching wedge kick. And the Vikings heads up on the football as Jeremiah Williams, the junior, with arguably a game-changing play And suddenly, Mike, Atlantic City goes down from 2 scores with an opportunity as we get ready to close out the third. Can they tie this football game?
So Atlantic City down 2 scores, gets a score, and then gets the ball back with great field position and 1:06 left to play here in the third. Ball at the 29-yard line as Joe Lyons, the senior quarterback, will break this Atlantic City offense back out onto the field. Just a wild kick, and you wonder this wind as you can kind of hear it blowing, and that kind of pushed the ball back as the gusts begin to howl. Lyons, Cabrera, and he is hit and driven to the ground. Big stop there. That was actually Rex who carried the football, and that defensive line, Ubrig Kurtz made the stop.
Yeah, the Spartan defense has really settled in nicely here in the second half, right? So it's a big-time quick strike play by DeGraffenreich. Holy Spirit, however, until that play had really pinned the Vikings back, and now the defense looking to answer the call one more time, and you kind of look at that front for Holy Spirit. You got number 2, Colt Calhoun, number 17, Jordan Bartlett are also up there with number 52.
2nd and 11. Lions to throw. And it is in and out of the hands. It looks like it's complete. Kind of bobbled there by Jones. It was a short catch, if anything.
Yeah, nice wrap up there by number 55. And Nick Medina able to step out in the linebacking spot, pick that throw into the slot receiver. And that'll do it for quarter number 3.
We head to the fourth on Thanksgiving Day. Could it be the final fourth quarter in this rivalry's history? The 95th edition. It's 28-20. Holy Spirit over Atlantic City.
From small parties to the big wedding, Petrosh's has you covered under the big top, South Jersey. Bounce houses delivered to your castle, sanitized and cleaned with care, gives you peace of mind. While the kids play, the adults can take a seat and relax under a Petrosh's Big Top tent. Petrosh's Big Top is a call or click away to provide you with a full array of party rental needs, from tents, tables, chairs, china, and linens to bounce rides and games. Let Petrosh's Big Top be your all-occasion party rental company. Call 609-804-9805.
Happy Thanksgiving from Petrosh's Big Top.
Fourth quarter action here as we are in the final moments of this high school football season. Thanksgiving morning here. You saw the pictures of Atlantic City. You see the big crowd on here, and they're getting treated to a dandy before the turkey. I'm going ham today, by the way. I go holiday ham. But we'll see what happens here in the final 12 minutes as Atlantic City with the ball. 3rd and 10 at the 30-yard line. Lyon sends a man in motion to the far side of the field. It's Kelly. Lyon pops one into the flat. It's busted down and incomplete.
Yeah, Holy Spirit trying to lean on the officials, but not even close. Not even close. We're in the fourth. This is turning into an absolute nail-biter. Of course, Mike, the Vagabond truck is here trying to help out with the early offerings, but our buddy Elvis apparently has left the building. At least he's gone to Florida.
Yeah, Tommy's over there, though. I played football with Tommy Harris, one of the proprietors of Vagabond, just a great local establishment. I saw Tommy when I walked in this morning. He was a Ventnor Pirate.
I got a vintage treat coming up for the viewers, Mike. You talk about the power of the broadcast sometimes.
4th and 10 at the 30. Atlantic City's going to go for it. Shotgun. Lions. Pressure. Rolls. Fires. Complete. He's short of the first down. Jones is tackled. Nice stop there. Making the stop was Jordan Bartlett.
Wow.
And just short of the first down, and Holy Spirit will get the ball back.
Yeah, clutch play here by the Holy Spirit defense. Pressure up the middle through the A-gap on Lions. Able to find his receiver, but a huge tackle by Mercado, and that turnover will give the Spartans an opportunity, put an insurance drive together.
So they cannot capitalize off the kick. They recovered the kickoff, gave them great field position. 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Ball at the 21. They hand the ball off to Hicks. Hicks up the middle. Hicks breaks a tackle. Hicks got one man to beat. He gets caught from the backside. He's pulled down around the 50-yard line.
The Atlantic City native, Hicks, trying to make his Thanksgiving turkey taste just a little bit better. Can he help the Atlantic City crew move to a win? You know, Mike, I talked earlier about, Ed Burns leading his team, the legendary Holy Spirit coach, the mainland. Well, asking you shall receive. Check it out, Mike. Right here on the screen, there is Burnsy with an Atlantic City police officer sidecar tour bus.
A lot of all these decisions are made for reasons that are, Thanksgiving is a family, friends. It's a festive day. It's a community day. The game is for the community. They have taken the idea of a community event and turned it into let's win championships.
Yeah.
That's not supposed to be the spirit of what Thanksgiving is. You can fit both of them in. There is a way to make both happen. And you just got to be able to see the forest through the trees here, that the communities for most of these high schools are not playing for state titles.
No.
Lower and middle generally are not playing for
Oakcrest and Absegami. That was one that went to the wayside. I still can't understand it. In the same school district.
Well, you wedged Cedar Creek in there, too, and they're saying, well, what about us? Who do we play?
Yeah.
But still, in mainland, Egg Harbor Township, Ocean City, Pleasantville, that game was played at the Battle at the Beach this year. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 48. Costa Beal to Hicks, and he is hit, breaks a tackle, but then he was met by Pittman.
Spartan offense going back for seconds on the counter. A lot of times, I know how you like to go, Michael, maybe another helping of the mashed potatoes with the gravy or the candied yams. Well, Holy Spirit tries to go back to the table again and grab another counter play, and Atlantic City was like, no, I think you've had enough of that.
Pittman did a great job of making sure he didn't bust out of that tackle. That picture was great, by the way.
Yeah, so Coach Burns' daughter, Debbie Burns, that was watching on the broadcast, Holy Spirit alum, of course, in her own right.
3rd and 9. They fake it. They fake the pitch. They give it again to Mallon. He is hit short of the first down sticks out to around the 40-yard line.
So good wrap up there by the linebacking core of Atlantic City. That play there by Jadal Pittman, number 52. Able to keep Mallon in check, and we know Mallon has been running for days on a couple of those big plays, which has gotten Holy Spirit that lead. Clock continues to melt. We're at about 9.5 minutes left, should I dare say, in regulation.
4th and 3, ball at the 47. It would only be fitting that if this was the final game, and there's no confirmation that it is, but there has been plenty of games that have succumbed to the scheduling. Costa Beal, incomplete. The 4th down, the Vikings hold. They'll get the ball back with 9:08. These games, many of them have all succumbed. If this was indeed the last one, maybe they don't want it to be the last one, and it just keeps on going. Overtime, multiple overtimes, who knows? Stick around, we'll have it for you the final 9 minutes. 28-20, AC trails with the ball.
Well, I think a lot of people are hoping that this is not indeed the last game, because they're all trying to get in their well wishes and involvement. So Eric Petty, Holy Spirit Spartan in 1989.
Lying in a shotgun, trips bunch to the near side. He's got a single setback to his left. DeGraffenright right to the far side of the field. Fakes the inside. Lyons makes a man miss, and he just throws one into the ground.
There's a flag.
A late flag, and they're going to call intentional grounding.
Yeah, we're going to play this again. Is this underhand? Because look at Lyons roll out to his left. He knows he's wrapped up, and then Nah, it was overhand. He threw it into the ground. Was he outside the tackle box?
You can make an argument that
Somebody was in the vicinity?
yeah, and they picked up the flag and said that.
Well, that's big.
Yeah, they said number 5, Sean Williams. That's what I was pointing at. You can't see me pointing at our monitor here, but I'm pointing at 5 on our monitor here, and he was within 5 yards. I mean, I don't know that he was intending it to go to him.
Yeah, and intentional grounding was the one that I guess would be the one they try to call up. That would have been a huge penalty in this spot.
2nd and 10, ball at the 41. The clock never moved on that play, by the way. Actually, it did. It was 9:08. It's now 9:01. So 7 seconds came off the clock. 2nd down. Lions overlooks a Spartan blitz. Here they come. They're going to go one-on-one, and Williams too much.
That one he kind of aired out. You know, earlier in the game, they were going into the wind. The wind's kind of swirling. I can't even give you – I'm looking at some of the marsh the reeds that are across the way.
I've been looking for a flag at this place all day, just trying to find something to give us some indication. There's a flag all the way down here to the right.
Yeah, the line, the connection between Lions and DeGraffin, right? You got to think with your back against the wall. That's where you're going to hedge your bet per se to get a successful drive going. There's the wind whipping there, Mike. So
you can see how forceful the wind is. It is a big factor, especially down on that field. It is swirling down there. It just keeps kind of changing directions. 3rd down. Back to throw. Over the middle. Intercepted! Intended for DeGraffin right. Taking it all the way. One man to beat. It's a touchdown. Tamir Jones.
Wow. Talk about absolutely stunning play for the Spartans. Huge play for Tamir Jones. And my, oh my, those watching at the Moose Lodge, they got to be excited for this Holy Spirit Spartan. So Jones just does a great job, textbook execution in a cover 3 formation, covers his 3rd of the field. And, well, he returns the favor, and now Holy Spirit quickly back to a 2-score lead.
So Jones takes it to the house and extends the lead, and Forte's kick is up, and it is no good. You saw that thing just kind of take off. 2-score game, 34-20, 8:43 left to go. We'll have more coming up here on BFA Sports.
Since 1977, Ernest & Son Meat Market, a Brigantine Avenue tradition, has kept its roots being the best old-fashioned butcher shop on the island to a Food Network favorite stop. Featuring fresh produce, Dietz & Watson cold cuts, take-home entrees, your favorite catering dishes, and more delivered to your favorite business or home. Their freshly sliced sandwiches are piled high with mouth-watering meats, and their steaks on the grill are as legendary as the ones you'll want to put on the barbecue at home. Give Ernest & Sons Old-Fashioned Butcher Shop a call to cater your next party or cut your meat at 609-266-1588.
Happy Thanksgiving from Ernest & Sons.
$34-20 after the touchdown, and we got the text saying that there's a bunch of people over at the Moose Lodge over there right across the, I guess this would be the back bay here in Atlantic City. I'm wondering, though, is everybody over there at the Moose, are they Spartans or Vikings, or is there a fist fight happening over there right now?
It's definitely a brouhaha going on over at the Moose Lodge.
Love the Moose.
No doubt about it.
By the way, we'd be remiss. We're talking about the Moose in Atlantic City and Holy Spirit. I got to mention my man Miko, of course, who passed a couple of years ago. Miko, Joe McDevitt, was one of my coaches, Ventnor Pirates. He coached both for AC and Holy Spirit. This game meant so much to a guy like that. Ventnor resident, his family, his son played in the game. I mean, the ball is hit and nearly fumbled, but I think about Miko all the time, and I know that Moose, people over there are probably thinking about Miko as well on a day like today. By the way, Santa Claus, a.k.a. Albie Battaglia. You see Santa, he's going to be working the Santa magic. He told me he'll be at Ocean Casino wearing the Santa outfit on the 6th floor starting December 3rd. Atlantic City's very own Santa Claus, Albie Battaglia. You know, me and Albie have the same birthday.
Do you really?
We both are born on January 24th, along with Neil Diamond.
All right. So you play Sweet Caroline every time your birthday
You
comes
heard him
along?
when he came up here. He started humming it.
Yeah, there is. There's Santa.
There's Santa Battaglia. I did my 99 bottle show yesterday.
I mean, his beard is ready to go, man.
And Santa was drinking at the bar yesterday. My man had the full Santa outfit on and was just pounding down some. He knows he's got a busy month coming up ahead. That
Well,
guy.
yeah, man. You can never have too much eggnog if you're Santa. Mike, going back, the Holy Spirit Atlantic City connection, my mom reminds me that my pop-op started the semi-pro team, the Inlet Sparklers, and they would actually borrow the Holy Spirit High School uniforms after every game from the legendary coach Stan Marzak, whose great-great-grandson, Freddie, is now suited up for the Spartans so they could play on Sundays.
And by the way, the trophy for the winner of this game is named for it.
Yeah, the Marzak family goes way back. It was a classmate of Freddie Marzak's dad, Fred. Of course, Bernie Marzak, also another teammate of mine.
Yes, you are playing today for the Boyd Marzak Trophy.
Two legends.
John Boyd Stadium, the home of the Vikings, as they get a big play, first down, breaking to the outside across the 50-yard line. And that's the first time we saw John Taylor, the senior.
Yeah, they're going to put this game now, is Coach Keenan Wright, into the hands of Lions. And they're going to need a quick strike so they can try to get to a one-score game, go for another turnover, and that's going to be the RK Chevrolet keys to the game.
34-20, Holy Spirit in the lead. 8:20 left to play for the Vikings. They down 2 scores. Lions, 4 wide receivers. Looks over a 3-man Spartan front. Sends a man in motion, Jones to the near side. Back to throw. Plenty of time. Now he moves, and he is hit, driven out of bounds, right around the line of scrimmage. Joe Lyons took a pop there, and that was Nick Medina, the Northfield resident.
Medina made one of the first big plays of the game, and he's still running strong here in the fourth quarter.
Shout out to Coach Keenan Wright.
Again, the Holy Spirit defense now, Mike, they're kind of sitting in a cover 3, which basically means they're trying to cut the field in third. You want to stay deeper than the deepest man, and I got to assume one of the linebackers underneath has an assignment to keep an eye on DeGraffenreich.
Gain of 1 on the scramble. Atlantic City 6-4. Holy Spirit 8-2. Young Spartans team, they should be back in the lexicon of the powers starting again next year.
Actually, Holy Spirit now moving into a cover 4.
4-man front. Lions pops it right to DeGraffenreich, who cuts it up the field and breaks out of a tackle. DeGraffenreich hits the corner. DeGraffenreich is in for 48 yards. Ice Cup.
We've been waiting for one of those Sports Center type of runs, Sports Center types of moment. It is right here, Mike. They put DeGraffenreich in motion. He hits the gap. He won't be denied. Tamir Jones, who ran a touchdown back himself all the way, tries to stick him, but DeGraffenreich says, no, I'm putting the team on the back. It's a one-score game. Let's do this.
So the touchdown of 48 yards for DeGraffenreich, and now they're going to go for 2. Lions to throw. It is batted down and incomplete. So with 6:56 to play in the game, Holy Spirit 34, Atlantic City 26. It's Thanksgiving football on BFA Sports.
Serving the community since 2008, the Bunting Family Pharmacy, located in Northfield, aims to provide a wide variety of compounded and traditional medications to doctors and patients in Atlantic, Cape May, and the surrounding South Jersey counties. We are staffed by 4 New Jersey board-certified technicians and a fleet of delivery drivers servicing both residential and business customers 6 days a week.
The Bunting Family Pharmacy. We bring the pharmacy home to you.
Give us a call or visit us at buntingfamilypharmacy.com.
Atlantic City set to kick off after DeGraff and Wright's 48-yard touchdown. Was that a run or a pass? It was kind of a little...
No, that was a slot run.
Kind of like pushed it to him.
Yep.
They're going to onside kick it. And the ball is loose. The ball is covered by Atlantic City.
Are you kidding me? Holy Spirit is wondering if the ball went far enough. Now there's flags.
Flags just came. It looks like they might have touched it early.
Let's wait for the call, but I think there was some contact here, Mike. You'll see the ball's about 8 yards, and then, yes, there was contact before the ball went 10. That is a good call. So they're going to try to argue that maybe he hit the knee. We'll run it back one more time.
Yeah, see if we can bring this one more time here.
There we go. So we're going to slow it down right
5,
here.
6.
So
it might have
hit his foot after he hit the defender.
The guy who basically leveled the defender, the guy you see him kind of.
So you.
Illegal touch is the call.
Illegal touching.
Yeah.
Called against Atlantic City.
So he did. So he engaged the runner, which you can do block.
No.
And it looks like it hit his foot after he engaged the runner.
There was an illegal block in the back.
So the Atlantic City
well, they don't have the
coaches,
benefit of watching the video over, but it looked like it hit the player who was blocking, and now
they're picking it up. No, they're giving the ball Holy Spirit. Atlantic City cheered, but I don't think they realized what they were cheering for.
The official signaled that it was Atlantic City's ball.
Now they're signaling that it's Derek Case on the PA here. He's trying to goat the officials into changing their minds.
Well, you use whatever you can. I mean, that's why they call it home field advantage. And the Atlantic City faithful really excited about the call.
You know what? That was a very, very game of inches play. That was a close one. Ball at midfield for the Spartans. Costabile in a shotgun. Takes the snap. Play action over the middle. It is complete. First down. Right around the 30-yard line, you've got Matt Abbott, the tight end.
So Holy Spirit going to be aggressive. You would think you got a one-score lead, trying to eat some clock. However, take advantage of that one-on-one matchup again, trying to use the middle of the field.
A little surprise Holy Spirit throwing.
Hey, it's what you call the encore performance. You know, that's the other part, Mike, right? Like, they have nothing left to play for after this game, so you're going to probably dial up and maybe do things you wouldn't normally do in the last game of the season.
First and 10, ball at the 33-yard line. 6:16 left to play. Costabile overlooks a 4-man front. Sends a man in motion to the far side of the field. Hands it off to Hicks. Hicks cuts through and knifes his way to about 8 yards.
Hicks picks up.
Yeah, so again, vintage Holy Spirit offense here. Some of their blockers up front. Andrew Allen, John Leonetti, Medina is on that line. You know, these are some of the unsung heroes. Number 77 is Aiden Kaiser. All guys that have paved the way for the Spartans early on.
2nd and 3 after the gain of 7. Man in motion. Costabile takes a snap. He throws to the motion man. Mallon to the corner, and he is pushed out of bounds. Excuse me, Mercado. I saw the 3.
Well, the way that Mallon's been running the ball, you're used to seeing that 30 run into that corner. Very understandable.
That'll be enough for a Spartan first down. Ball
This is a tough contrast, by the way, with the gold on white.
Yeah, now 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Mike, you got to think that this is a bit of the Alamo moment for the Atlantic City Vikings.
Costabile sends two receivers to the near side, a man in motion. They hand it to Hicks. Hicks hit and falls forward.
Yeah, again, good work there. I mean, this time up front, Vince Corona, number 58, offensive line for Holy Spirit, punching a big and important hole that allows the running back to pick up 5 yards. So a good game up front by Vincent Corona.
Gain of 3 on the play from Hicks. Clock continues to run. Atlantic City with 3 timeouts. Holy Spirit has 2. Mercado in a shotgun, letting the clock roll, overlooking the Atlantic City defense. They hand it to the far side, and not a lot of room for Hicks.
Well, this is going to be a pivotal play, Mike. I mean, back against the wall. If you're at Atlantic City, not a lot of real estate left down there as they try to, I guess, put the Cool Whip on the pumpkin pie for the Spartans. Guess want to thank all of our sponsors today. You talk about the community stepping up in a big way. Steve Petrosh's Big Top, Mel Cordalesa and the team at Ernest & Sons Old Fashioned Butcher Shop, and Joe Bunning, the Bunning Family Pharmacy.
Inside handoff, and Hicks is nowhere to go. The Vikings defense pushes him back, and it's going to set up a 4th down here. So if you are Holy Spirit, do you try to kick the field goal and extend this to a 2-score game?
Well, we got a timeout on the field, and it sure seems like they're going to talk about it. So Atlantic City trying to conserve some clock with 3:30 to go after a big stop by the senior, Sharif Williams, the linebacker at 5'9", 180 pounds. So I guess that's the debate. With this wind whipping, I'm not sure what to have of it. But I know, one of my good football buddies, even though he was an Absegami guy, he certainly supports Holy Spirit, and that would be Jim Sobozinski, another guy that spent some time, who's been a coach over with the Absecon Blue Devils. And, I'm curious what his kind of thoughts are as he's
always
watching
wonder
this
what
game.
happened to that dude. I had the unfortunate challenge of trying to tackle him. It's not fun.
Listen, my youth days with the Galloway Mustangs, I got to play with him. And then there was that one time that he put his helmet right in my gut when we were in high school. It wasn't fun.
Forte is going to try the field goal. 22 yards. Kick is up, and it is good. Mason Forte extends the lead 37-26. A 11-point game, a 2-score game. That field goal now makes it a 2-score game, a huge kick. And we talked about special teams and kicking. Holy Spirit has that weapon, and that might be just the weapon that puts Atlantic City away. We'll see. The final 3:25 still to come here on BFA Sports.
Small parties to the big wedding, Petrosh's has you covered under the big top, South Jersey. Bounce houses delivered to your castle, sanitized and cleaned with care, gives you peace of mind. While the kids play, the adults can take a seat and relax under a Petrosh's Big Top tent. Petrosh's Big Top is a call or click away to provide you with a full array of party rental needs, from tents, tables, chairs, china, and linens to bounce rides and games. Let Petrosh's Big Top be your all-occasion party rental company. Call 609-804-9805.
Happy Thanksgiving from Petrosh's Big Top.
Forte with the field goal makes it a 37-26 game, a 11-point lead. He will now kick, and he drives this one high end over end. It is short. It bounces to 15. It takes a little bit of a Holy Spirit roll, but Atlantic City picks it up, coming to the near side of the field, trying to hit the corner is Vish Turner, and he's pushed out of bounds. And Atlantic City now with 3:17 left to go. Doug, you would imagine a lot of Joe Lyons here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 69 yards is what they're going to need, and do so in a hurry. So 3:17 would expect to see a lot of double slaughter, that trips formation. And if you're Holy Spirit at this point, coaches are just going to continue to scream. I can only imagine Coach Andrew DePasquale saying, stay deeper than the deepest man. And the safety, Tamir Jones, most likely his assignment will be do not let the Grafenright run free down the middle of the field.
So Lyons is under center. 4 wide receivers. He's going to hand off, and Cabrera is hit, and Cabrera trying to break a tackle. He's still going forward. He does pick up about 6 on the play, but they try to maybe catch Holy Spirit off guard with a run play.
Yeah, I'm not one to second guess a coaching staff, but in this situation, I guess they're trying to get a read on the defense and see if they can get a one-on-one matchup for Lions. But right now, like I said, Holy Spirit playing bracket coverage on the Grafenright, meaning they have a safety over the top, and then they have one of the defensive backs, and it looks like it's going to be more likely like Javian Swain, trying to keep him under wraps.
4 wide receivers are showing blitz up the middle. Medina comes right through. He gets picked up. Lyons rolls. He's got nobody open, and he's going to keep it himself, and he's still going across the 50-yard line.
Well,
so a first down run, Joe Lyons.
Big play for Lyons. Doesn't have a throw, so he doesn't force it. He pulls the ball down, rolls to his right, keeps his eyes upfield, a la like a Josh Allen style play. Move the sticks. I mean, it's good because the sticks will stop as they move the chains in high school, but Mike, time is now of the essence. They got to take a shot.
Lions first and 10, ball at the 47-yard line in a shotgun. You look it over, kind of palms up, wondering what are we doing here? Now he looks like he gets back under center. He's going to hand it off. Up the middle, Cabrera across the 40, up around the 35, near first down yardage. And remember, as you said, that first down does stop the clock, so they're trying to maybe catch them off guard with some yardage up the middle.
Yeah, this one here is time of the essence. They're switching personnel. Very interesting call for what you would call a 2-minute offense. 2nd
and 1. Lyons to throw, steps up, fires. It's complete for a first down on the far side of the field. DeGraffenright, and they get the first down.
They got to get up on the ball here and snap it. Doesn't even matter. I mean, Atlantic City, though, they're starting to have some conditioning challenges. Some of these receivers are running some long routes.
Clock rolling, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lyons steps up, throws one to the sideline, and it is over the head, over the intended receiver, John Taylor.
Savvy move by the senior. No play, throw the ball away, stop the clock, live for another day. The one thing Atlantic City does not want to see is Lions go down in the backfield, and then it's going to force them to have to burn a timeout.
1 minute, 15 seconds left to go on the ball.
1:15 to play, 11-point deficit for Atlantic High. They have the ball. It'll be 2nd and 10, and the ball is just across the 35-yard line, up around the 34.
I don't know if here is the time, but with Holy Spirit playing a cover 4, if you're Atlantic City, you're almost forced to try to throw the ball deep down one of the sidelines, even though it's into the wind. Lions has a really big arm, and they're only about 30 yards out. So I dial up a long ball down the right sideline up the top of your screen to the Grafenright.
Back to throw. Lions over the middle. It is intercepted, and that will likely seal the deal. Another pick there by Jones, his 2nd interception of the game. And the Spartans may just, in fact, have sealed it here in Atlantic City.
Yeah, you saw it there on the replay, Mike. When you're playing against that cover 4, it's very difficult to throw something down the middle. Lyons didn't feel he had anywhere else to go. He was trying to move the chains. And Holy Spirit, as the late, great Ed Burns once said, the turkey always tastes better after a win on Thanksgiving morning.
Many of the stories you've heard of the team that loses doesn't go home and even eat the turkey.
Don't eat too much today.
And
Got another couple text messages of people watching. Mike Epps, go Vikes, class of 84, checking in. Mike and I used to bowl together. The old bowling team, Mike Epps. Good to hear from you, Mike. Happy Thanksgiving. And in mass exodus here, boy, Atlantic City sideline has cleared out. I mean,
Cam Gordon was part of the 2007 undefeated state champion Holy Spirit high school teams. And happy Thanksgiving to he as well. And as I guess there's a bit of formality, Mike, don't go anywhere because the Boyd Marzak trophy will be provided.
1 minute 4 left to go.
this is the 95th meeting, and a Holy Spirit win would make the series 52-39-4 in favor of Atlantic City, but this one appears that will be the 39th time that Holy Spirit has won this game on Thanksgiving Day. Atlantic City has won 52. This will be Holy Spirit's 39th. There has been 4 ties, and now Holy Spirit will win for the 6th straight season over the Vikings.
Well, certainly lots of fans taking in all the action, including Herbert Ruberfine. So I want to thank them as well for joining in. And Mike, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours for sure. Certainly appreciate our BFA brotherhood. We got our production team today that has always given up their family time to make the magic happen and bring it in for all of the people at home watching. So our producer today, Dave Virgilio, is responsible for bringing this awesome picture to you in 4K. Rowan University's Jared Garcia was on the directing. And upstairs, Charles Hope, the legend. I don't know how many Thanksgiving games that he's actually done, but it's been quite a few. Legend in the making, Nick Penza, and, of course, our entire BFA team. This was a classic, man, an instant classic for sure.
And you hope it's not the final time they play on this Thanksgiving Day. We'll have to find out when that schedule comes out next season. But the John Boyd Stan Marzak Trophy is about to be handed over for the 6th straight season to the Holy Spirit Spartans. They go to 9-2 in a season that a lot of people, said, I don't know what to make of this team. Very young, and when you talk about a lot of the preseason conversation, they generally were not in that conversation. Everybody kind of figured, I don't know what to think of this young team. Well, 9-2, and they win the game over Atlantic City, who falls to 6-5. They've dropped their last 4, but they were 6-1 at one point, and they showed a lot of obviously talent, and this program has been moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Coach Wright and the future of the Vikings football program because, they're on the up and up, and we talked about, we got 2, 3, 4 really good position players, and the you call it the skill set players. The Grafenwright was one. Mikel Jones, he's a senior, so he's going to move on. But Raul Cabrera really showed up big time yesterday, and a freshman in Omar Kelly. I mean, the future is very bright for Atlantic City. And
Jeremiah Williams, by the way, Kajan Rosborough, they're both juniors, and they played big roles in this game today as well.
And for a Holy Spirit, a lot of sophomores and juniors. Ty Costabile will be back for his senior campaign, and you look at the backfield for Holy Spirit. Amir Hicks, the Atlantic City native, he's a sophomore. Ryan Mallon, he had a huge game today as a junior. He comes back. Matt Abbott returns. So there's a lot of just excitement in the pipeline for both these teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at the presentation. You see both teams huddled in a circle here getting ready for the presentation as you see it here on BFA Sports. And,
of course, Joe there is reading the inscripted things that are on the trophy and talking about the history and about ready to award the 2023 version of the trophy. Unfortunately, the public address system doesn't seem to be working at the moment.
So Holy Spirit for the 6th straight season.
And that's Mrs. Marzak. And there is Bernie Marzak, who is the grandson of the late Stan Marzak.
I played a lot of baseball with Bernie.
Bernie looking good. I wish I aged as good as him. My Lord.
Holy Spirit trophy.
Bernie Marzak handing over the trophy to the Spartans for another year.
6 in a row for Holy Spirit. This one back and forth. Holy Spirit was down, came back, took a 3-score lead. Atlantic City cut back into that lead, had a chance to get back into it, and then a field goal by Mason Forte really kind of made it academic, you felt, but then they're driving down the field with a chance to make it interesting, and then an interception. So we had an interception return for a touchdown. We had some crazy big plays in this game, a 99-yard. Last year, we talked about last year, you had a hook and ladder touchdown, a kickoff return. DeGraffenreich made SportsCenter top 10 with just an unbelievable catch. Well, this year, you had a lot of it, too. You had DeGraffenreich for 99 yards. You had the interception return for a touchdown, which I believe was about 60, 70 yards. So big plays, a lot of great plays today. And, man, it was another fun Thanksgiving Day game here between Atlantic City and Holy Spirit.
Well, this is the way to get your Thanksgiving started, and we can't thank everyone enough for joining us, especially our friends at Petrosh's Big Top Tent Rentals for your next big party or event. Ring up the team under the Big Top at Petrosh's. The Bunting Family Pharmacy in Northfield, of course, they bring the pharmacy home to you, so step away from the big box pharmacy and step in to the family that brings it to you. And that is Joe Bunting and, of course, Ernest & Sons Old Fashioned Butcher Shop. I know Mel and the team might be closed today, but when it's time to cater your next big holiday party, when you're getting ready for Thanksgiving, Christmas, or New Year's, call Ernest & Sons Old Fashioned Butcher Shop right there in Brigantine.
All right, that'll do it for us here on Thanksgiving. We've got turkey. I got ham. You got turkey?
Turkey, yeah, turkey.
To go home to. And we want to wish everybody out there a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks to all the people who messaged in and commented and liked and shared. And, of course, boy, oh, boy, we got a long day of football still ahead. 3 more NFL games to go, but nothing is better than starting it off at 10 o'clock right here in Atlantic City, which we got the opportunity to do for hopefully not the last time. We shall see. All right, for our whole BFA crew out here on Thanksgiving giving up their time, we're going to get them out of here so they can get home. For Doug Stasic, I'm Mike Gill. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. This has been Holy Spirit Atlantic City for the 95th time. A Holy Spirit victory this time. They win it 37-26 here on BFA Sports.